broadcast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. It is very hot once again. We have that extreme heat warning still in effect across Horry County like we did yesterday. Florence and Marion have just the regular heat advisory, so not the warning that they did yesterday. It is only a minor improvement. Florence felt like 112 yesterday, now 109 this afternoon. Not that big of a difference. It is still going to be very hot, and millions of us remain under heat alerts, including the entire state of Florida. The Dallas-Fort Worth area is under that extreme heat warning, along with most of central Oklahoma. So again, millions of us are feeling this heat. It is a little warmer than yesterday. It's already in the 90s, 90 to 92, and feeling hotter. The beach packed, and that's definitely the place to be.
Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. First at noon, News 13 is your local election headquarters, and the South Carolina Republican Party has announced that President Donald Trump is scheduled to hold a rally in Myrtle Beach this Friday. The rally will be on behalf of one of the candidates in the Republican U.S. Senate runoff, Senator Darlene Graham, who he has endorsed in the August 25th runoff with Congressman Ralph Norman. The SCGOP revealed the scheduled visit on Monday while announcing the postponement of a stump stop that was scheduled for Friday at the Anderson County Civic Center. The party said it is working to find a new date for the Anderson event. In the meantime, the two candidates are crisscrossing the state, making a last-minute push to voters. Yesterday, Graham and Norman appeared side by side in Greenville at the Poinsett Club. They took questions from a moderator in front of about 150 GOP voters.
Do your research, take a hard look at me. Well, there's some differences there. I've lived the struggles of most South Carolinians. I'm honored to have President Trump's endorsement, and I do have a resume. I've worked hard for the people of South Carolina.
I've got the best record. She does not. She's an unknown, and I've got a track record of conservatism, and I'm proud of it. And there's nothing that she can put on the air to change a record. It's my resume.
The winner of the August 25th primary runoff will face Democrat Dr. Annie Andrews in the November election. And before we get there, though, early voting kicks off tomorrow for the special Republican primary runoff. Early voting runs tomorrow through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The runoff primary is next Tuesday with polls open from 7 to 7. People who voted in the June GOP primary, last week's special primary, or neither elections are the only ones eligible to vote. Coastal Carolina football fans will once again feast for free. The CCU kickoff meal deal is returning to Brooks Stadium for the 2026 season. As part of the program, fans can select from a bunch of concession items, including hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and fountain drinks. You're allowed one of each item per visit to a designated concession stand, but there are unlimited trips. All you have to do is show your game ticket. Free concessions ends with the third quarter, along with alcohol sales. The South Carolina Department of Social Services is launching the Healthy Food SC Project, a 2-year initiative to help households receiving SNAP benefits make healthier choices. The program has been approved by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and will exclude candy and sweetened drinks like energy drinks and soft drinks from the list of eligible foods under SNAP. South Carolina will update the definition of SNAP-eligible foods starting August 31st. New findings from the American Council of Engineering Companies of South Carolina show infrastructure improvements could support nearly 140,000 new permanent jobs over the next 10 years. The findings also show infrastructure-supported jobs provide an average annual compensation of approximately 15% higher than statewide average. Today, leaders from across the state will hold a media briefing on these new findings in Columbia.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
The time now is 12:04 and traffic flows for your Tuesday afternoon. Slowest between CCU and about Myrtle Ridge. Most of that is on the southbound side, but that's where you're going to have your slowest travel. You can see that longer line of traffic. It's mostly just because of the traffic lights very, very long along 501. But if you get closer to Fantasy Harbor, the road is definitely a little bit more open. Around CCU, the drive time is 14 minutes. Interstate travel, though, is in the green from Florence to Lumberton. A live look near exit 170. Great visibility, of course, sunny and very hot. For downtown Florence, the drive time is 10 minutes from TV Road to 76. Back to you.
Hannah, thank you. New information this afternoon about a hit and run that critically injured 2 Coastal Carolina University students. According to police reports, the victims were both 21-year-old women. One of the 2 victims was from New Jersey. 17-year-old Mauricio Carrera is charged with felony DUI and 2 counts of hit and run with great bodily injury. Authorities said Carrera was speeding when he hit the victims as they crossed Highway 544 near Elvington Loop just after midnight on Sunday. Carrera was arrested after being involved in another crash outside of Conway. Students on campus said the collision has heightened awareness surrounding pedestrian safety. CCU President Dr. James Weinbrake said they are hoping plans for a pedestrian bridge over Highway 544 can be approved within the next 12 months. The Marlboro County Coroner's Office has identified the human remains that were found in a Bennettsville trash can in April as a missing Chesterfield County woman. The remains were identified as LaShonda Spurlock, who had been missing since 2024. Her remains were found on April 23rd at a housing complex in Bennettsville. Days later, Bennettsville police arrested Luke Douglas Jr. after he admitted to putting Spurlock's body in a storage area at the apartment where he lived before disposing of it. Douglas is believed to have been the last person to see Spurlock. He's charged with desecration of human remains. Authorities in the upstate providing new details into the investigation into the death of actress Hayden Panettiere. The Greenville County coroner says she was found unresponsive by first responders inside an apartment at Judson Mill Lofts. When first responders arrived, they administered advanced cardiac life support measures, but were unsuccessful in reviving her. The coroner's office says that there was no sign of trauma, but the cause and manner of death remain pending further investigation and additional tests. Local fans say her death was shocking.
It's definitely a sobering thought. I mean, that happens, to family members and friends, but then celebrities too, There's just like another person right down the street. It's crazy.
And prayers for her family, definitely. I mean, that's such a hard thing to go through, and yeah, we'll be thinking about them.
The actress landed her first TV role at 4 years old. She's known for her roles in Heroes, Ice Princess, and Bring It On, All or Nothing. At least a dozen former and current students at Penn State University are facing serious charges after a major drug bust. They're accused of being part of a trafficking ring moving cocaine from New York and Philadelphia. Tim Durkin reports from State College.
The Attorney General's office is leveling charges ranging from felonies to misdemeanors against 14 people allegedly involved with the State College drug ring. Of the 14, only 1 wasn't a Penn State student while the ring was active, and 4 are still enrolled. Sunday named Sigma Chi's Agostino Abatiello as the, quote, top of the chain, with Delta Upsilon's Thomas Robinson a step below.
This was an upper-level trafficking organization for this region in Pennsylvania. In fact, multiple witnesses who testified in front of the grand jury referred to Abatiello as the largest dealer of cocaine for Penn State University students.
According to the criminal complaint, large amounts of cocaine were brought in from Philadelphia and New York to State College to sell. Sunday says the deals happened in the 2 off-campus frats and between Penn State students.
In consideration of the confidential nature of the grand jury proceedings and ongoing active prosecutions, I can say this: we did not hear of any drug packaging happening on Penn State's campus.
It wasn't just deals happening in the frats either. Sunday says some of the new members ended up helping to package the drugs.
In fact, we found a pattern of events that showed cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities.
Following the allegations, Penn State put Delta Upsilon on interim suspension while the university investigates. Sigma Chi, according to them, is not recognized by the university and operates outside of their oversight. VP for Student Affairs Andrea Dohauer says they are, quote, horrified by the allegations and that criminal activity and hazing have no place at the university. 6 of the 14 suspects are being charged with various felonies, with the other 8 defendants facing misdemeanor charges for possession and paraphernalia. There's now a warrant out for Abatiello's arrest.
Up next on News 13 at noon, it has been nearly 30 years, and now the trial of the accused killer of a hip-hop icon is underway. The latest from the first day of court coming up next.
It's very sunny and there is unfortunately no rain in sight, so that does mean we are going to be stuck with the heat not only for today but for the next couple of days. Details are after the break.